Hi, it's Angie.
And Sherrel.
And we are going to teach you how, or she's going to teach you how, to make this entire Thanksgiving meal. This looks wonderful.
And we're going to try to give you the confidence, Angie, where you will tackle
There
at
we
least
go,
one
I
or two
know.
of these dishes yourself.
I know it. So mashed potatoes and pecan pie, the turkey, of course, dressing, anything and everything. We've got the whole meal, and we're going to show you in individual videos, so make sure you check them all out. Let's get going. All right, Thanksgiving obviously is right around the corner, and you've got to have your turkey.
Oh, yes.
That's the main thing. Generally, people want
Yes.
turkey at Thanksgiving. So what? Now, this is in a cooler. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, I thawed it in water over most of a day.
Okay.
And then that evening I made a brine of about a half a cup of salt and a half cup of sugar.
Okay.
And mixed it in the water and put ice in here and let this sit overnight. And so here comes the bird. And believe it or not, this is not a really big one, and I've gotten some, I kind of let that. I don't mind if some is trapped in the cavity because that's just that much more water for the bird to go. I like to bend the wings back, and we're just going to do that and tuck them underneath the body like so. And that's, see, it's kind of, so we're going to make him look like he's so proud.
Yes.
And so then he goes, and that's going to go in our pan.
Okay, so now we're ready to kind of season it, I guess.
Right.
Tell us what all you're using here.
Well, first of all, I'm going to dry off the bird on the outside.
Okay.
Then I'm going to trim this fatty tissue away. I don't need all that extra stuff in my bird. I like to use some herbs out of my garden, and sage and oregano and thyme for that. And I've sprayed some cooking spray in a big roasting pan. And you can use a turkey roaster if you like that has the lid already, or you can do the tinting method, which is what we're going to use today. And that one, we'll sit that aside very carefully. And then I'm going to lift up on this and make a little rack for this guy out of celery.
Oh, there you go.
And then just put that underneath the bird.
Okay.
And it's going to help hold him up off the ground. Okay. And then I take some, and this is part of my basting that I'm going to do. This is olive oil and butter.
Oh, wow.
And I just slather it over the bird. So I like that combination. Seems to, if you put all butter, I find that it sometimes tends to brown the bird. This is sage. And when this roasts, it smells just wonderful. And then we'll use some more fresh sage when we get ready to garnish the turkey on the platter. And this is oregano. Some of those leaves around, and you can strip the leaves and then put the stuff down in the pan. All of this will help when we deglaze this pan to get more stock for gravy and juices that we want to put on our dressing, which makes it really nice.
And then these,
this is thyme, and you can just
also
put
pull them off.
You can pull them off, and then just put the little pieces down in around. And this is our tint. It's a piece of foil that I've sprayed with some cooking spray.
Okay.
And we're just going to bring it over the top and kind of down in the pan like so. So all the little drippings, it kind of helps it baste itself, as long as you have that on.
Gotcha.
And I started another turkey earlier, so we'll be able to see sort of what we do in the interim. And you might want to baste it once during the cooking. And sometimes I put a little bit of water or white wine or chicken broth in the pan to kind of add to the juices.
Oh, this turkey looks wonderful. Now, what are you doing over here?
Okay, I'm melting some butter and some plum jam. Together, or plum preserves.
And the glaze, tell us what the glaze is made of.
The glaze is made up of Oklahoma sand plum jam with butter, half and half. That makes our mixture. And what you don't use on this, you can spread on your biscuit or toast in the morning. I can tell you it's the best stuff to add the butter to the jam. You want to be sure you keep it refrigerated off of. And so what I'm going to do, now that I've melted this together, I'm going to take a heat-proof basting brush, and I'm going to just pour it over our turkey.
And this is a basting brush, not a paint brush.
Right. This one has silicone bristles, so it doesn't...
Not to be stereotypical.
Yes. This one has silicone bristles, so it
there you go.
Doesn't melt. You want to avoid using a plastic bristled
And just
brush.
on the outside, or do you also try to get
Oh,
it
I
in the
just
cavity?
try to get it where I want the surface to look all glistening and pretty, and then it just makes a lovely coating, I think, on the turkey. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 15 minutes and let that just finish off. Now, I've checked the temperature. It's 180 degrees in the thigh and in the thickest part of the breast. And that means that our poultry is done or safe to eat. And some people let it go to 185, and that's good too. You want to be sure you check. And that's why I like to use the thermometer as opposed to just relying on the little pop-out thing, because this checks all over the turkey, and it's a small little hole.
Okay, so let's put it back in the oven.
It works great.
So this is the glazed, beautiful turkey.
The bird is beautiful.
It is gorgeous. Okay, so now the transfer from the pan to the plate.
Yeah, that's very intimidating.
Looks very intimidating.
It can be bad.
So how
now,
do you
if
do
you
this?
don't have some turkey forks or turkey lifters of some kind, there are several kinds available on the market. And then also some racks that actually lift the bird out, but you've still got to get it off the rack. So I like to use the forks, or if I've forgotten where I put these things from holiday to holiday, you can actually take a wooden rolling pin or a long wooden
put it in the
spoon,
cavity.
Put it in the cavity and lift it over.
Wow. Okay.
And so that works great.
So how do we use these?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go kind of way down on the bottom part of the turkey and move it over.
Wow.
And of course you can also ask some strong arm guy.
Yeah.
I like to do that because the men, they tend to watch too much football on Thanksgiving, so you need to interrupt them occasionally.
They need to move around.
Get them in to move that turkey for you and to lift it in and out of the oven.
Yeah.
I don't care, even if it's a 12 or 14 pound bird.
Right.
The time you get everything on there in the pan and it's all hot as the dickens, it's kind of intimidating. And then I like to just take some sage, or you could put some oranges or grapes or something around the base of it. The nice thing about using some fresh herbs around is because the heat from the turkey, it makes that whole thing come alive.
Well, there you go. Now, this is the most important part of the Thanksgiving meal, but really every part is important. So you can go online to newsok.com and search Thanksgiving, and you will find all of the different recipes that she has done for our whole Thanksgiving meal. Sherrel Jones, you're so good. Okay, and then for this turkey recipe, check out the live section in the Oklahoman under her Passion for Food column, and obviously that's online as well.
Let's see it.